It's going to be Checa from Criville. It's Abe in third.
Yes, Abe got a very good start off the inside of the second row. And then we went to that, and then someone else is down. It looks like John Kaczynski's gone down. Well spotted, Toby. John Kaczynski down on the movie star Honda Pons machine.
No Shinichi Ito here.
No fisticuffs this time. Well, John's race is won, and we have just had an inordinate amount of crashes, not just in this race, but in 250
Barros
as well.
and Kaczynski.
Alex Barros and John Kaczynski, the teammates from the 8 Hours of Suzuka. Well, they don't run into each other when on the same bike, but when they're on different bikes, they can. Now, we've got Carlos Checa leading, and John Kaczynski looks like he may have been injured. John Kaczynski
is in trouble. Doohan is out of the race. John Kaczynski was taken out of the race by a very too late braking Alexander Barros on his Honda V4. There is Doohan. He's already back into the pits. Doohan, his second position in the championship. He was just 2 points back of Alex Criville. Nil point, no score from the Madrid Grand Prix. It's all over so quickly for the Australian. Let's have another look at this. Let's have a look at the... Oh, it's just out of the corner of the screen. Damn. So, Doohan, very lucky for the bike not to come back on top of him. Meanwhile, the Red Bull Yamaha of Criville undeliberately then goes into Doohan. He's sandwiched. It's somebody on the inside. Was that, dare I say it, Max? I think that could have been Max Biaggi.
We just need a better look at that. We said that again, a big red machine, looked like Marlboro colors. It could also have been, well, don't know.
And it's Jürgen van der Gerberg who's up into 6th position. He's up into 7th position, my apologies, but he's ahead of Max Biaggi. So, meanwhile, as we start lap 2, it's Checa from Alex Criville, and Checa is getting an advantage already. Abe up into 3rd position. I remind you that Abe was in 8th position on the grid, on the outside of that second row. Cadalora in 4th position. They're still in these positions, as you see on screen. Superb. Look at this. Sete Gibernau. He's come from 4th.
Listen to that crowd as Sete Gibernau, yes, from 14th up to a good position. Listen to that crowd as they blast past Randy Mamola. You're out there.
Wow. I mean, you know, I'm missing a lot of things, but while you guys were watching the replay, I saw Carlos Checa come out of the seat so high, going up the hill, just in front of where I'm standing at. I wish I could see what was going on. I hope John Kaczynski's okay. Doohan is riding by right past me right now on the back of a scooter, waving. What I'm going to do is head to the garage to get an interview with Michael Doohan. I'll be back with you guys soon.
Great, Randy. Okay, well, Carlos Checa leading from Alex Criville, and then Norik Abe, and then it looks like Luca Cadalora, Sete Gibernau up into 5th place. Neither of these riders in the lead are going to realize yet that Mick Doohan is out of the race. Is that going to make any difference? Well, I think it's going to make some difference for them to find out that Mick Doohan is not riding on the racetrack with them today. It looks like it's going to be between these two guys, but hey, there's a couple of Yamahas right there with him, and Max Biaggi back in about 8th place.
Don't forget this racetrack. Sorry about that, Don't forget, this racetrack is 30 laps. 30 laps around here on a 500 is just unbelievably grueling. It's going to take its toll. Like you said, those two Yamahas are sitting there. Both those Spaniards are leading 1st and 2nd. It's going to be very exciting to see what happens towards the second half of this race.
In the top 5, we've got 3 Spaniards. No wonder the crowd are going absolutely sky high. Checa leads, and there is Ralph Baldwin on the Medena's 3-cylinder. I think that is through turn 1.
At the 2 Spaniards that 65, 70,000 people came here to see out in front of this race. Carlos Checa, who has been the only rider of the group running in front of the points not to have won a race yet this season. Alex Criville behind him, and then the 2 Yamahas. That's the big surprise. We're seeing 2 Yamahas, both Abe and Cadalora, running up right behind the NSR Hondas.
I think that's Cadalora.
Cadalora crossed in front, went deep, and back on the inside. Abe goes back again to take it from him. And meanwhile, back up at the front, we've got Carlos Checa and Alex Criville running right together. Well, now Checa becomes the inexperienced rider of these two, and Criville, the Grand Prix veteran, and Cadalora back past again, as these two have passed and repassed each other now 3 or 4 times already in this very young race, as we see Luca Cadalora from Norik Abe, and then you've got Nobuatsu Aoki, who is holding off Sete Gibernau, and hey, that V-twin at this racetrack could be a very good package.
The very good package at the front of the field looks to be Alex Criville. He looks to have the legs on Carlos Checa. Meanwhile, 3rd position man Luca Cadalora, he quite likes bumpy tracks, and he was really Cadalora, get him on a Yamaha, Michelin's or Dunlops. Who knows what the difference is between the tyres with regards to the Italian, but put him on a Yamaha and he will fly. He's proved that this year.
Well, Luca Cadalora very definitely is closing in on Carlos Checa and Alex Criville, and he seems to be dropping Abe back, and Abe is coming under close scrutiny from not just Nobuatsu Aoki, but also from Sete Gibernau on the V-twin.
The pole position was Doohan with a 32.4, so pole position qualifying and lap times are something very different, but Cadalora, he's on a flyer.
Well, the race record here, and that's back from 1993, is a 34.09 by John Kaczynski. Cadalora then on the brakes, coming down to Bugatti, closes as they're coming out of Bugatti now and accelerating up toward Monza. And Carlos Checa leading from Criville, and yes, Cadalora is catching him hand over fist. As they come now out of Monza, they're going to come down this short chute here through the bumpy tunnel curve onto the start-finish straight now, and let's see if Cadalora can come alongside. Probably not close enough yet, but Abe's dropped way back now, and he is really being pushed by Aoki and also by Sete Gibernau. I don't think he was going to be able to take it back, and does very close as they go through that right-hand kick. That was very close indeed.
And Cadalora!
Cadalora looks up the inside as they go into Le Mans, and he's very close there too. He can do it. He can do it from in there on the acceleration. No, not this time. And look at Nobuatsu Aoki up into 4th place, and he's been the fastest man on the racetrack the last couple of times around. That's one of the reasons that Alex Criville wanted to get past Checa to start to speed this pace up, because they've been running mid-34s where Aoki has been running 34 dead. He's also the only guy to do a 33.9 so far.
Yeah, you guys.
Well, Carlos Checa able to hold off Alex Criville on the brakes that time. Remember, Criville got past him to start the previous lap, then ran a little bit wide, and Checa got back through into the lead. Alex Criville very aware that the riders are coming up on him from the rear, not just Cadalora now, but Nobuatsu Aoki as well. So Criville looking very aggressive, trying to find a way around Carlos Checa. The Spanish crowd delirious here as they go through the Nieto corners and start up the ramp of Pegasus. We're on board with Carlos Checa looking back on that rear-facing camera to Alex Criville. These two NSR Hondas being pushed for the first time in a long time, not just by a Yamaha, but also a Suzuki. Nobuatsu Aoki leaning on the starting to lean on Checa, rather on Cadalora. Cadalora tries a tight line, looking comfortable back there. Cadalora, who knows his way around this racetrack. He's never won a 500 race here. He finished 5th here on one occasion in 93, but he has won here in 250.
Difference is that Checa has got a harder front. Maybe that's why he's going wide into the long corner. I think Criville's got him as they go.
Criville did it once before, but the last time and Checa squirts it past there. And so Checa takes it back. He does not want to give up this lead at all. Now matched up, and look at Sete Gibernau. If I haven't mentioned Sete Gibernau enough, let's just say Sete Gibernau, Sete Gibernau, Sete Gibernau. So we've mentioned him because he is riding the wheels off that thing. That's to make up for the previous laps we hadn't mentioned him.
And to make up for the fact that he had a 4th row start.
Woo, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he's watching his man, number 4 in 2nd position. I don't think Criville is going to make a move like he did last time. Having said that, right on cue he does. Into the first corner.
This time he's fully passed now. He's made the pass very cleanly. All he has to do, he runs right again, and off the racetrack, the very last thing he needed to do.
Alex Criville off the road, spinning the rear, but
he's the championship leader, and he has just thrown away a magnificent opportunity, finishing 1st or 2nd or 3rd. But hey, it's hard to think that way when you're in the heat of battle.
He's back now in 8th position. He's behind Regis Lacconi. Meanwhile, it's Checa that still leads the race. They're delirious and they're nervous because they can sense a win on Movie Star Honda, and it now means that Luca Cadalora is 2nd, and we got a Suzuki in 3rd position. The last time we had a Suzuki there was Scott Russell days. Luca Cadalora, number 20, 35-year-old veteran, jumps on a bike, and well, I think even he would admit that he's not the fittest physically of any 500 rider out there. He likes his espressos, he likes his cigarettes, shall we say, but he is a genius on a motorcycle. Former 125 and 250cc champion. We last saw him win a race at Germany in 1996 when he's on a Nerve Kanemoto Honda. Alex Criville is in 8th position, but did I see a maneuver by Luca Cadalora trying to lunge himself up into 1st position? No, it didn't work, but look at Aoki. Aoki, he's all over the back of Cadalora, and he goes deep. We're just about to complete lap 15.
I'll tell you, this is as close as we've seen Luca to to Checa as they go along the line. Looks like he looked inside. He's not going to be able to make a move this time, but that's as close as we've seen them as they cross the start-finish line.
And one other thing, Dennis, is the fact that we've said this time and time again, it's very difficult to lead a Grand Prix. Luca knows that. Luca's happy in second place right now. He's taking a look here and there. You can see where some places, again, where Carlos can pull out on him. Luca looks like he's all over the back of him through all this slow stuff.
Carlos Checa has just come from a Grand Prix where he did all the work, almost all the leading, and then made a bobble and lost not just first place, but first and second place on the last laps. He was saying to me, hey, I just want to be in that position again because I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. Well, he's in it. Suzuki certainly isn't going away. It's right there, and so is Sete Gibernau still. Now, Max Biaggi, we haven't seen him. He's back in 6th place.
And you can see Abe's catching up to this group.
So as they come down the front straight.
Okay, there's Cadalora making a move. This time it's a serious move on the inside.
He hits the front. Cadalora into the first corner, but I think Cadalora
won't give it up.
He just lets off on the brakes. I think he's weighing up Carlos Checa. He's weighing him up to see where Checa's maximum braking point is. And then, of course, Luca can just hold that under his sleeve and just say, okay, I know where you're going to brake. I know where I can get you. So he stays in second place. And then they just shoot down that hill, onto the front straight, underneath the bridge, over the finish line. That is how close the finish line is. Down the front straight, Checa moves over to the right. Cadalora hits the front, but again he comes back on the brakes. Cadalora is back on the brakes. He stays in second position. We have just started lap 19 of 30. So essentially, we've just got about 12 laps to go, just a little bit less than 12. But Cadalora, he's all over the back of him.
Cadalora hounding him here as they come up to the Le Mans S's. Let's see if Cadalora is able to get inside him on the exit from Nieto. Oh, and Sete up out of the seat then, right, Randy?
Yeah, and Abe's catching up into Sete right now, it looks like to me. We see him more and more on our cameras. The other thing is what Luca's really trying to do is put the pressure, man. You see how many guys made mistakes going into turn 1 all day long? The 125, the 250,
that's right.
All the 500. You keep that pressure going, and it only takes one slip up, and Luca's underneath you.
Well, Luca's the veteran in that group, no question about it, but he keeps looking back over his shoulder every once in a while to see if he's getting away from Abe, or rather from Aoki, and he certainly has not. But look at him, he's looking again.
Yeah, he just wants to see what the positions are, and if someone's going to try to stick a wheel underneath him. Again, Luca hasn't been in this situation for a long time.
And Sete's never been in a situation like this.
Yeah, well, it's looking good, and there's a guy who's looking good right now, too. He's, I'm sure, happy and really nervous right now.
Wayne Rainey, team boss, of course, for Luca Cadalora and Norik Abe. So then, Checa still leads from Luca Cadalora, number 20. Well, Cadalora is certainly up the ante. He is going to be going up the tailpipes, and 4 of them at number 8. Checa as they come underneath, over the line. Checa has got the lead by just 7/100ths of a second. Luca takes the lead, but Checa again is late on the brakes. But here comes Aoki. That's not going to stick if he's going to be late on the brakes, so still they hold position. But Aoki, his corner speed is unbelievable through some of these corners, particularly that Portago hairpin, the long right-hander, halfway through the lap. We have currently just started lap 20 of 30 here in Jarama. It is a fantastic race. We've got a third of it still to go. Anybody can win. Welcome back to here at Jarama. We just complete lap 21 of 30. Still, it is the Spaniard, Carlos Checa, who leads on number 8.
Sete Gibernau getting all out of shape there on the brakes. And there's Sete's run wide.
And Abe comes through to...
Comes alongside, but Sete won't give it up.
So, Checa still leads, but he's got a little bit more of a lead just through that first part of the track. Gibernau in 4th position. So then, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 completely different machines in the first 4 places. Who said motorcycle racing's dead? It's absolutely red hot at the moment. The only thing that's missing is a 3-cylinder Medeiros.
There's a mistake from Luca.
Oh, it's going to be close. That's going to be close. I think Cadalora's going to get the advantage.
He's going to hold it.
Yep.
He got away with red and just a little bit deep. You really see it well from that helicopter camera.
Even though there's a bit of a Jarama effect going on with Sete Gibernau in all due respect, although the machine is really suited to this Jarama track, 2.4 miles of it, as I said, oh, if there was only a Medeiros in there, because the Medeiros came testing here. Oh, it looks like Cadalora's got the best drive of all as he goes down the front straight. Now, what are they going to be like on the brakes? Is Checa going to be late on them? He's going to be late, but
is he going to get around the corner?
Oh, he does give away, but Luca goes well deep, I think.
Oh, Luca runs well right. He loses 2 places.
Maybe it's 1. I think Aoki's got the advantage.
It's going to be 2.
Yes, it is.
And now he's got the Suzuki in front of him, so that exchange worked out very well for Carlos Checa. Wow.
Luca Cadalora goes from sort of second to first and then back to third again. Oh! Out of the seats. Cadalora gets back up.
There was no hole there. How do you get through?
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. If you had a camera in here, you'd think we were, well, we might be mad. Who knows? It's Grand Prix racing. It's passionate. We're in Spain. This is 80,000 people plus.
Well, let's just say, when's the last time you saw 5 Formula 1 cars change the lead 4 times on a lap?
Pass. So then, we've got Carlos Checa leading from Luca Cadalora. We are on lap 24 of 30, so we've got about 6.5 laps to go. Let's have a look at this again. Cadalora on the left-hand side, Checa on the right-hand side, but you look at the white and red machine just go way deep on the
crosses back, and Checa able to get on the inside as he runs wide. The Suzuki even tighter, and then Cadalora hard on the gas, tries to make up for that. Aoki does get in front of him, but not for long, because then Cadalora finds a hole where I didn't think there was any and blasts through up into second place again. And now we're back where we were, but and look at Abe. On the back of this group, he's now closed up again. Carlos Checa's done 39 Grand Prix, and he's had 1 win. And then you've got 183 Grand Prix starts for Luca Cadalora, who's already won World's Championships in the 250 and the 125 class. Definitely the kid and the veteran up there. 5 laps to go. We're getting exactly up to the same stage of the race that we were in Paul Ricard when Carlos Checa finally made the mistake that led Alex Criville through. Now, he said coming into this race, he said, I just want to be back in that position again because I will not make the same mistake twice.
Checa's got that advantage. We've got 4.5 laps to go. The pace is really hotting up. 1 minute 30.
Oh, I think Cadalora's run wide, and I was going to say, I've put my money on Checa a few laps back.
The camera will eventually pick something up. Somebody's in the dirt! Somebody's in the dirt on the Portago corner.
Is that Luca ready?
Luca.
Oh, Luca's in the dirt.
Oh, Cadalora, the Italian commentators banged the table next door.
Well, somebody was going to break.
It broke.
He broke the bike.
It probably seized or something probably happened to it going into that corner. That's why he had to go wide.
So then we've now got still Carlos Checa leading, but it's Abe still in second, but it's Sete Gibernau in third place. We have got 4 laps to go, and Gibernau, he's all over the back.
Now we're on board here and looking back from Checa's machine as we see.
He's got no gears. He's got no engine.
Runs deep there.
He's got nothing.
Well, we'll find out afterward what it was, but if it's a mechanical problem, he's run out of drive. No connection between the motor and the rear wheel, perhaps, Toby.
So then Checa is sliding it up a little. Remember that Carlos Checa, he's got a slightly softer rear tire than everybody else in this pack. We've lost Luca Cadalora. He's out of the race with a cruel 4.5 laps to go, but now it's going to be a battle. I think Checa is safe. I think that it's going to be a battle between...
I don't know if anybody's safe in the run.
No, that's all right. So with Abe in second position and Sete Gibernau in third place. Gibernau is on the podium. Aoki is back there, but he's lost a little bit of space. He's back there in 4th position.
Look.
He said that of all the riders competing at the front of the points table, he's the only guy that hasn't had a win yet. Well, Abe coming a little bit closer to him now, and we're looking at Luca Cadalora as he disconsolately comes back into the Wayne Rainey garage. A great ride, and it was not a mistake, but it was attrition, apparently, that caused him to have to retire. But Abe putting a rush. Well, here's an attack from places where no one expected. It's Abe on the Team Rainey Yamaha closing visibly on Carlos Checa.
And there's a back marker Suter. He gets out of the way. Abe was 0.7 of a second behind Checa at the beginning of that last lap, and I think that Checa must be in tire troubles. We'll have a look as we come out of the hairpin. Abe in second position on the number 5 Yamaha. Checa, look at him really wiggling around. We have got 2.25 laps to go.
At this stage of the game, in this racetrack under these heat conditions, I think everybody's going to be in some kind of tire trouble. This is going to be a really, you're going to have to manhandle these machines through this last lap.
Sete Gibernau still in third position. He is nearly in touch with the Yamaha of Abe. Abe's just got to go for it. Well, Abe, he's a different rider this weekend. He's in the slipstream. I don't think he's going to be close enough. He is. Abe, knee out on the right-hand side. Air brake, brakes on into the first corner. We are into the last 4.8 miles of the Jarama Grand Prix. Another Grand Prix that is so close. It's so exciting. Checa has got the advantage as we come into the flip-flop S's, it's a left-hander first.
Well, Honda have won 20 Grand Prix in a row. Nobody thought that Yamaha would really threaten them here, but here comes Abe, very, very close to Carlos Checa, looking for an opportunity to make a move. Sete Gibernau dropped off the back of these two just a little bit, but Checa gets real good drive every time out of Nieto and up the ramp with Pegasus.
Now, I think that Abe, he lunged too deep into the beginning of that left-hander, that hairpin, that lost him a little bit of time.
He gets close through here, though, doesn't he?
He gets close through here, but it's a real one-liner affair. Careful, Norwich. Keep it on the island. It's so painfully slow through here, but you can't make a maneuver as long as the other guys around you on similar machines are running at the same pace. We come back with the 3 leaders. That is how close it is. I remind you that Aoki is still in 4th position, but he is 2 seconds back. So it's still Checa from Abe, from Sete Gibernau. We have got, Dennis, 1 1/4 laps to go.
Ooh, and you can see Checa getting into some kind of tire trouble there. He spins it up on the exit.
Well, still 3 different machines in the top 3 position. And in 4, should I correct myself, even though we can't see Aoki. That'll do 4th position for him. That'll do very nicely indeed. Sete Gibernau starts the last lap, but it's Carlos Checa who's got it all to do. Abe, he's got to keep a cool head. He's got 1 Grand Prix like Checa has. Who's going to win it? Starting in the last lap, Abe, he's got the best drive into the first corner. No, he hasn't.
Okay, Checa, what he has to do now is make no mistakes. He's got to ride defensively. He's got to keep the door closed. Abe, where can he possibly try and get by? He seems to like to try and make a move at Le Mans. Now, this is the quick right-hander. We're coming up to Le Mans. You can try Le Mans. He's trying to wide, he's following him through, then comes the Nieto corner immediately now, which is going to be the right-hander. This is where Checa gets very good drive every time, up the hill in front of this enthusiastic crowd, up the ramp with Pegasus, and this next section where there's really very difficult passing is a place where Abe does seem to be able to close it up, but there's no way past there.
He's closing, he's closing. We're into the last 2/3 of a lap here. Abe, you can see that the bike is holding back, but as you say, Dennis, there's absolutely no way round. They are absolutely split by just a width of a newspaper. Abe spins up the rear. Checa, he's coming down.
Is suffering as he watches this. They're coming down toward Bugatti now.
Cadalora is watching his own teammate. As Abe, is he going to make a lunge? No, he isn't.
No,
so
not on Checa, not there.
Oh, Checa, does he go deep? I think he might have just let off his brakes.
Lost a little bit of drive. Both of them in deep, serious trouble as far as rear tires are concerned.
Checa, he's going to come out into the penultimate corner. Abe, he's trying to weigh up the Spaniard. Checa takes a nice tight line. He gets the thing lifted up. He gets the power on quickly. Gibernau has given up. He's going to take 3rd position.
This is the tunnel corner, last run down the start-finish line. There's no way he's going to be able to take it out. Carlos Checa ha ganado el Gran Premio de la Comunidad de Madrid.
Checa wins the Grand Prix. Norikabe gets 2nd position. Gibernau 3rd. Aoki 4th. This is a battle for 5th position. Oh, Alex Criville, that is ride of the day from 8th position after having been in the gravel. Criville, 5th position. Biaggi, not a good weekend, 6th. Laconi in 7th.
He didn't make a mistake. He got his wish. He wanted a chance to do it over again. He said, if I can ever get back in that position, I will not make a mistake on those final laps. He did not.
Toby,
Randy Mamola.
I'm in Honda Movie Star Pond's team. Cito, fantastic. We're very happy. I was going to try to do an interview with 3 laps ago, but I know you wouldn't be able to say nothing.
Exactly.
Congratulations once again from everybody who's watching television, from your sponsors and so on. It's fantastic to see one more rider win a Grand Prix this season.
That's good, because also for the World Championships points, it's perfect for us. And I don't know exactly how we finish this, but we are very close to the lead, and that's good for us.
Thank you, Cito.
Well, Cito Pond says it's crazy, and he went to the Isle of Man last week and did a lap, so it must be mad for it. Gibernau, 3rd place.
Sete Gibernau throwing his gloves to the crowd. He was down on his knees in front of the crowd, shaking his fists in the air. Carlos Checa, the big wheelie, carrying the Spanish flag as he comes around. And the point situation, by the way, Alex Criville leads with 103. Max Biaggi, 98. Checa, 95. Doohan, 90. I don't blame Cito for not knowing what the point situation was. Alex Criville, in spite of everything, comes back from a disastrous, potentially disastrous mistake to still lead the championship as he comes through to finish 4th.
Alex Criville is strong. He's on form this year. He's as strong as, even though he has not finished on the podium this year, he's as strong as we've ever seen him. Checa is as strong as we've ever seen him.
And Checa is going to be stronger now that he's won a Grand Prix. He needed this win. And here is a man, Abe, who has really picked up the challenge. The Luca Cadalora factor coming back into the Grand Prix is the wake-up call for everybody, telling these Yamaha riders, hey guys, get it on. This bike is not lame. You can win with this machine. Abe almost did. 100cc Grand Prix motorcycle racing has never been more exciting. It's never been closer. We got 65, 70,000 people here at this place. This is absolutely fantastic. And hey, there's a lot of races left to run. The Dutch TT coming up.